Hi, and welcome to the Brick Money Box. My name's Steve Norris, and this is a channel for real estate investors and landlords. And I know I'm from .com property sales, but I'm not here to sell you anything. We're not here to sign you up for any scheme or sign you up for anything. So there's no get rich quick scheme here. You have to go to another channel for that. So what this is all about really is just to offer some tips, some advice, some strategies, and maybe just look at things from a different point of view, that things that you may not have considered to enhance your the return and the value of your property, and hopefully make it easier for you, because I see so many landlords and investors stressing out the whole time. If you're really stressing out, there's something wrong. You need to have a look at it and fix whatever the problem is. So, and that's leading to the topic for today, which is it's a low risk, long-term strategy. And really that's what real estate is. It's not like those shows where they do up a house in a week and flip it, and we're not talking about anything like that. We're really talking about buying, and we're talking about a rental property here, not a development site on this particular video. So there's 5 points that I want to cover, and they are basic points, which we'll go into further videos and elaborate on those, but just those 5 basic points that make it low risk for a long-term strategy. So if that's what you're looking for, my first point here is that residential real estate has a consistent income. They're not sitting around for 12 months waiting for a tenant, like sometimes it can happen with commercial. If it's sitting around for a few months, there's something hugely wrong. So they have and once you have a tenant in, you can have another tenant pretty quickly. Vacancy rates are generally low, and that's another point that I'll go into later. Always that's a very, very important point when you're looking at an investment property. Another point is that they're very easily adaptable to the market. You only need to tweak it by a few dollars sometimes, just to make it turn, what seems like an unrentable house into, quite a desirable property. You don't have to, cut your arm off to rent it out. Sometimes as little as $20 or $50 a week makes, a massive difference, puts it into a whole different ballgame. Another point is they, over a period, probably a 10-year period, like you should look at any real estate, they have a consistent capital gain. I mean, it might spike over 2 or 3 years in that 10-year period, but you never know, which 2 or 3 years. So over a 10-year period or over a longer period of time, they really do. Residential property has proven time and time again to have consistent capital gains. The other thing is if the house has been bought for purpose, so it's it's been bought as a rental property, it's been set up as a rental property, and it's correctly managed, you should have little to no hands-on involvement with it, because your money is better, or your time I should say, is spent better elsewhere. You've already invested in the property, you're paying a property manager, so from a day to day, even a week to week, you very rarely should have any involvement in that property. If you're finding that you're there all the time or getting called on constantly, there is something wrong. You need to address that. The other thing, or the last point I'll get to, is that when it does come time to sell it, if that is your intention, and generally it is, because you want to liquidate, you want to spend the money and go on a trip, retire, do all those things, buy something for your kids, or put those, give them a uni education, or whatever the case is. When it comes time to sell, residential real estate is relatively easy and inexpensive to sell. So, it's from that point of view, it's not like you've got to hang on to it for 20 years, then it takes another 10 years to sell it. If you haven't sold it in, a couple of months these days, you really need to, something is wrong. Either you need to do something with the property, or the easiest thing to do is change the price. So In following videos, I will go into more detail on these. These are just 5 points that I've touched on. I mean, we could expand and talk for an hour on each point, but you know, I'm not going to bore you to death doing that. But you know, these are the fundamental points of it, and I will be expanding on it and expand on that whole strategy of you know, low risk, long-term strategy. So yeah, really like to thanks for watching the Brick Money Box. But yeah, please give us a like, give us a share, subscribe, and but more importantly, really like to get your feedback. So drop us a comment or a question. Be happy to answer that. Yeah, and really look forward to hearing from you. And thanks for your time.